It's going to be weird not having Jared do his, hey, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
There you go. Jim will do it for him.
Yeah.
There we go. How you doing tonight, Jemma?
I am doing decently well.
Does it feel like Eldair is 10 years old?
Yes and no?
You're just not sure?
I don't know. Like, a part of it is like time flies, right?
Mm-hmm.
What was 10 years ago? That was yesterday, right? And then when you consider, all the things in between, you're like, oh, I guess that was a really long time. Feels longer than 10 years, but not.
Okay, so first question is, do you ever look back at like the original elements of Eldair and wish you could change things?
Okay, this is a tricky question because, like, obviously there's always room for improvement, right?
Mm-hmm.
And every creator, I think, goes back to their old stuff and like, oh, I could have done this better. And the thing is you couldn't have because you were the best you were going to be at the moment. That's my philosophy, right? So, like, I look back, I'm like, oh, I'm better now. I wish I'd done better, but I did the best that I could in the moment. So...
So if you could change one thing, let's do it this way. If you could change one thing about the storyline from the original elements, what would it be?
Ooh, I like that.
I probably would have switched either Indri or Iva's name because they're both Indri and Iva. They're both only 3 or 4 letters and they both start with I. So just to make them a little bit different. And Kian and Koei. That's all I would change.
That's
just
it?
Their names,
just
yes.
Name? Where? Okay. I mean, I was hoping for something a little juicier than that, Jemma. I'm gonna be honest with you, like something crazy.
Sorry.
And you come in just, I would just change their names. Okay. Well, that's fair enough, I guess.
Like I said, my philosophy is, I mean, if you look back on your old stuff, there's always room for improvement. But I think a lot of creators get trapped in that loop of, oh, this could be better because I'm better now. And then they end up restarting, or they spend all their time editing old stuff rather than trekking forward. So whenever I start doing that, because I'm a human being, so I do start doing that. Whenever I start, I'm like, no, I'm not going to be that kind of person. I have to focus on the future. I appreciate the past and I focus on improving the future.
Huh.
Totally wise and zen.
I don't know why
there he is.
I don't know why he just disconnects himself like that. That makes it so weird for people that watch Jared.
I'm sorry about that, Fry. I'm sorry. I was trying to get caught up in the chat. All these awesome people joining us and just like going crazy with nuclear pony.
I don't know that that's what those emojis meant, Jared. You know what? Yeah, it's a nuclear pony.
Yeah, it is.
Oh.
Radish.
Oh, I found the chat bar. It's very full.
Yeah,
it is.
Wow.
Yeah, I was like, I better get kind of. Oh, thank you, Spiral of Dragon. Yes, and good questing tonight, oh valiant D&D'er.
The lurking Jared, Andrew Brooks
I'm
says.
not lurking.
That's great.
That sounds terrible. Jemma, I'm not a lurker. I swear.
Spiral Dragon says,
You're a very loud worker.
Oh, thank you.
You lurk and then you're like, bam.
Yeah, that's what I tried. I tried to surprise because tonight is such a great night. I mean, Children of Eldair, one whole decade.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you got to be beaming.
You know, I think it was like a month ago. I was like, it's 2022. I think I started posting this in 2012. Has it been 10 years? It was like a month ago. I was like, oh yeah, I should do something for that. That's a big number. That's a big anniversary.
Huge number. That's incredible. 10 years. That's such a long time. Generally in business, they say you got to be in business 2 years and then you're a real business. And then when you get there, they're like, no, we were just kidding. It was 5 years. And then when you get there, they're like, nah, we were just kidding. It's 10 years. Is it the same with comics?
Yeah, I think so.
But, so like you're just established.
Yeah. So, anyways, I just want to say hi to everyone who's here.
Absolutely.
I also just want to forewarn you, I've been sick for like 2 weeks, and so I have like this nasty cough, so I'm sucking on a cough drop, so hopefully no coughing fits.
The best things on our stream that have ever happened were due to you being sick.
Absolutely. I still have that magnet on my fridge. It's one of my faves.
Magnet, sticker.
I'm so glad that everyone loved that so much.
I still want to put it on a hoodie. And just
wasn't it a badge as well?
It's a badge.
Yeah, it's a badge, and it's one of my faves.
We might have went too far with that one, Jemma.
I don't think there's such a thing as going too far with that one.
Yeah, I feel like it was due justice, though. I mean, it was for the fans.
Mm-hmm. It's all good.
So, okay, so what's the story behind this here? What's the story behind the Jemma soup? Because
the what?
Jemma soup. Because this isn't the first time this has been said when you were on stream.
So whenever I'm sick, in the past when I was doing live streams, there's this special group of fans called the Team Speculation, and they had contacted my husband secretly, and while I was on stream, while I was sick, they door dashed me soup in the middle of the stream.
During this, you guys remember that, right?
Oh, I don't remember that. No.
I do. She's like, hey, I gotta go get soup for my fans. I'm like, oh, that's awesome. I totally remember that.
I was way more sick then than I am right now. Right now, I'm just on the sounding gross phase at the very end.
So I'd love to ask you, how did Eldair get started?
Okay, so I started posting Eldair in 2012. I started writing Eldair in 2003. So I was I think I was 12 or 13 years old. So I was in junior high, and we had our writing group, and we would just write stories, and we would share stories with each other. And we're just a bunch of dumb teenagers, right? And I started writing the first book in the Eldair universe when I was 11 or 12. And Children of Eldair was actually the second book I started writing in that universe. And it all just started as like funny little derpy sketches of the characters, and just all the terrible teenage tropes and immortals and magic, and it's just something we did for fun, and I would just write different revisions. And I actually wrote the whole thing from beginning to end, and it was terrible because I was 12. And it's wonderful, right? Wonderful and terrible. And just over the years, it's been lurking in the back of my head, being like, this was a fun story, you should work on it. And I wrote it as a novel. And, I drew lots of different comics, but it was when I was in college. I was a graphic design major, and I was taking illustration as a minor. Just like last semester, I'm like, I have enough credits. I can get an illustration minor if I take like 3 more classes. So I took illustration. I was like, dang, I really miss this illustration stuff. Like, I'm good at design, but man, I love comics so much. Like, it is my favorite medium to create something in. And for my capstone project, we're supposed to do a major senior project in our last semester. I'm like, I'm gonna do a comic. And so I did the first 16 pages of Children of Eldair as a comic, and got it bound into a book and presented it, and it was awesome. And after I graduated, took a break, was living in Japan, and I just started writing it as a script. And I had my friend Rachel help me write it as a script, and just started drawing. And 10 years later.
Wow.
And you
That
just
is
skipped
insane.
a whole decade of building
No.
a comic series.
That's how it started.
base.
You asked how it started.
Yeah.
It was 10
We did-
years of
This
starting.
is true, yeah.
All you asked for was the beginning, not the middle or the end, for that matter.
Well, I was just hoping she would keep going, not just, and then a decade.
Well,
It was a short-lived decade.
I mean, a
Happened
lot
so
has happened
fast.
in a decade.
Isn't that? Wait, I know some things that have happened in a decade. Give me 1 second. I had to shut down
Well,
everything.
Let's find out here. Chat. There's a lot of you guys that are Gemmalings inside of chat here tonight. So, what elements over the last decade stand out to you guys the most?
I have a list.
Either from Eldair directly or just by being a part of the community, because I know that's a huge part of this book series is the community itself.
Yeah, and I have an awesome community. Like, that's the only reason why I've made it this far. Like, if I put it out into the void and there was nothing, like no comments, no community, I probably would have given up by now. Because I mean, it makes money, but that's only because there's a community and people behind it.
Mm-hmm.
So, like,
That's right.
love goes far, but when it's not just you loving it, there's many people loving it, then it goes farther.
That makes a lot of sense. I like that.
Some of these accomplishments are really incredible when you stop to think about it. Like the number 10, right? 10 million views. That's incredible. That is that blows my mind when I saw that number.
It was like really weird because I'm like, it's 10 years. I'm like, what are my stats? And like, I actually.
What is it? I wonder how this book was viewed over the last 10 years.
And like, I go on a Webtoons, like 9 million views. Oh, that's a lot of views.
That's like you're averaging 1 million views per year. I mean, it didn't work out that way. I'm sure more views towards the end than the beginning, but like 1 million views a year.
Yeah,
that's insane.
And
I think we average like 6.
6
a year. No, 6 period per year. Uh-oh, I said something wrong. Fry's he's gonna smack me.
That's messed
Probably.
up.
I meant 600. Fry.
Right.
Make you feel better.
So
yeah, I was like, oh yeah, 9 million on Webtoons, and I was like, okay, Webtoons is my biggest platform. But I did have a website that died and is in a purgatory right now. But I have probably 2,000 consistent readers every week on my website before it crashed and burned. And so I'm like, well, when there's 600 pages, you know, and then with Tapas and Smackjeeves, which is also a dead platform, and just all the different platforms, like I have 10 million views. That's weird.
That's crazy. That means you're like popular in the Etherverse. I'm pretty sure.
It's
That
for
means
web
viral,
comics,
right? Wouldn't that constitute viral, guys?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know what the
10 million.
definition really is based on the number.
Oh, we got some community coming in to tell us what's so great. The great characters in the awesome community. So there's one for the community. I mean, the community is great, the story is great, and the art is great. Andrew Brooks, well, you're right. Here's Eben. I love how deep and rich and sometimes dark the story can get. She's not afraid to go somewhere with the story. Awesome. Spiral of Dragon. Love being in team speculation. Me too.
They dubbed themselves that.
Really?
Yes.
Team speculation?
Yes.
They come up with a lot of names, I'm realizing.
They're the ones that they nitpick and like dig through all of the art and everything that I've ever written, and they piece together what's happening in the background. And I'm like sitting there like, I can't say anything. I can't say anything. They say I have
That's
a very
awesome.
terrible poker face, and they're probably very right.
Yeah. They're figuring it out. They're waiting for you to give them those little hints, subtle.
Yeah, I love
subtleties.
giving hints too. That's my problem.
Nobody's understood what I was saying. 6. I meant hundo.
Nobody's illusion isn't always going to be here to save you, Jared.
And becoming friends with Jemma, right? Isn't Jemma one of the coolest people? I mean, that's another aspect of this that's really cool. Over the last 10 years, you have shared yourself with the community, you know, your dreams, your aspirations. I mean, how much of Eldair is are your writings kind of mimicked through life? You know what I mean? Do you get a lot of inspiration for the story from life as you move through the 10 years?
Yes. So I think there's a little bit of me in every single character. If you know, it's hard because I like to think I'm a very empathetic person. So even if I haven't experienced something like personally, I feel like I can kind of feel like how someone might feel if they go through that experience. But you know, Elder deals a lot with kind of some darker themes. Like I never go mature by any means. But you know, things like depression and anxiety and PTSD and things like that, you know, something that I do live with. So I don't know. So yeah, a lot of inspiration does come from me. It comes from people that live around me, that I share my life with, and then like just the characters that love science. Like I love science and history and geography. I love the Lord of the Rings, and I actually own the extended edition with all of the special features, and a lot of Eldair is inspired by the special features of Lord of the Rings.
Oh, that's cool.
Just like I love world building, I love researching other cultures, and okay, how can I build a real culture based on things that I've learned?
A lot of Jared's background is built off of the special features of Fraggle Rock.
That's absolutely true. I love Fraggle Rock, and I do try to be like Fraggle Rock. I'm gonna learn that freaking song just so I can sing it to y'all. Well, I'm sorry to say, but Facebook user, and we know Facebook's never wrong, comes in and thinks, I think viral has to do with how fast, but I joined late, so didn't catch how quick she got to 10,000. Sorry. I would say if you averaged it out, she got to 10,000 within 1 month. I mean, is that a fair estimate?
10,000
y'all?
views.
In 1 month, if you're averaging 1 million over a year,
No,
10 million over 10 years, wouldn't that be right?
it would be what, 8,500 roughly.
All right, come on, let's get some math
I don't
people in
know.
here.
About once, about every month, I get I get probably 15 to 2,000 likes every week.
Wow, man, I feel bad about myself. Wow, I don't ever get that many likes. Like that's like a whole month worth
I
of
got to put
likes.
a picture of my kids up to get a like on social
Oh
media.
man, dude, I don't even get those.
That's the only way I can get them.
2,000 likes.
I try not to focus too much on that because otherwise it just, I don't know. Social media is depressing.
It's addicting. And you're like, I want the likes.
It's addicting and depressing, and if all you do is seek,
that's true.
if all you do is seek the numbers, then you're gonna end up being sad.
Very true.
Yeah, because it's
So-
not as fulfilling as I mean, the one cool thing is you just focused on your story. You went through 10 years and then you looked back and saw all these awesome accomplishments. You
Yeah.
know? And that's probably why you got those awesome accomplishments, is because you didn't focus on, oh, I want more likes. You were like, I want to make sure that this story is resonating and connecting with my community, with my fans, and I think so admirable, Jemma. So admirable. This is what sets you apart. This is what makes you so great. This is why it's such our privilege to be here with you on your 10th anniversary. Oh my God. Yes!
And thanks for hosting this. I really appreciate it. It's always fun having a live stream with you guys.
Well, thank
We
you.
hope so.
Thank you.
We're fun.
I mean, we're fun.
Jemma thinks we're fun.
Oh, well, I mean, the likes sure don't show it, or subscribers. Give me just a couple more, guys. I just want to get to 500. I want to feel that 500. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just
All
kidding.
right.
I don't even care.
Let us
But,
know what it feels like to have something get liked on social media, like this video.
No, we get likes. Jemma said she liked us. Remember?
I just mean the
Boom.
little
That's-
icon.
that's the
I just
only
want to see what
likes
it looks
that
like when it's lit up.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
All right, Jim, I got a question for you. So you're obviously not doing this alone. You got your husband, who's kind of that support along with your webmaster, but you also have, I believe her name is it Karen, as your assistant. How did you?
So I've worked with various people throughout the years, just over the last 10 years. So yeah, there's obviously my family, my husband, and my kids are actually getting old enough that, my daughter actually is reading the scripts and things like that.
Oh.
She loves it. And my son actually requests that as his bedtime book now. It's a comic.
That's cool.
That's kind of cool. Sometimes I have to explain some things to him. Like, I don't know how to anyways.
It's one of those surprise kisses, right?
Yeah. Anyways, so I've worked with Rachel in the past. She helped write the scripts and help with some webmaster stuff in the past. And then Karen, let's see, she started helping me a few years ago, and she was helping with like Kickstarters and fulfilling things and stuff like that. She wasn't really involved in like actually creating the comics, but just like the back end maintenance of running a business. And I've worked with intern Ryan, who's not an intern anymore. He's like a real person who has a real job now, but he would help color.
Wait, so he wasn't
flat.
a real person before?
No,
He was just an intern.
He was an intern. You know what that stands for. We're not going to say it on here, but we all know what it stands for. Intern.
Yeah, I've actually had several interns that I've worked with. There was Rebecca and Ryan in China, and they all helped at some point flatting or coloring or doing lettering. And I've been teaching, I teach them how to make comics and posting and things like that. So
Well,
yeah.
There's another thing that we've noticed with working with various indie creators, that there seems to be almost like a creative trail of all these different creators that we would have never assumed you would work with. And then suddenly we find out, from you or from them or for someone else.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh yeah, Gemma taught me how to color.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
what? You know, and they do like a book series that's entirely different than anything.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And it's so interesting to see like how far out your network goes when it comes to creators.
Yeah, it has grown in the last 10 years, and like sometimes I surprise myself of like, oh yeah, I guess I do know that person, and I did teach him that thing.
Did
So
you ever walk through a convention and everybody's just like starts applauding you? Like, thank you for making me
No,
have the
but
ability
I
to have
did
a
have one interesting
incredible.
let's see, we do a project night every week at our house, and people just come and they work on their projects, whether it's drawing, painting, miniatures, knitting, or whatever. And I had one friend come over, and I've known her for a while, you know, since she graduated college. And you know, she's just in Utah, so we get to know each other. And I knew her through Chad Harden, and she started talking about how I had come to her comic class and done a demo on how to color and do comics. I was like, is that how we met? And she like gave me some like really amazing, like just positive reinforcement, just like incredibly grateful for what I had done. And I was like, oh,
that's cool.
it was like really touching, and also like, oh, I guess after 10 years of like trying to help people and teaching people, you know, it kind of comes back. Like it all adds up.
Well, you actually helped people and taught people, and you're really good. I remember being on a stream with you where you were doing coloring and explaining it to us, and the things you were doing were so neat. It was so
Oh
cool to
yeah.
watch.
Yeah.
You were using the digital pad to do it too. That
Mhm.
was so freaking awesome. That is a really neat skill. Like I love the black and white comics, you know, and I understand, especially when you have like one person doing all the writing and all everything, you know, lettering, just everything. But I really love comics that are colored in. Like I love that color. I think the color just adds to the whole experience when you're reading a comic.
Yeah. Like I used to be like an avid manga person, like black and white, that's all you need. All through college even I was doing manga in the black and white with tones. And then once I started doing Eldair, I was like, Eldair has to be in color because this is a whole new world. It needs color to kind of accent the grandeur of this fantasy world. And just since then, even my black and white comics have
Mhm.
color in them. They have spot color. And like color to me, like I love foreshadowing. I love themes and symbolism, and color is a very, very powerful symbol.
Yes. Yes. So when you say themes, that's not like color coding, right? Like where you match stuff, like when my wife tells me to match my shoes and my shirt.
That's exactly what Gemma's talking about.
Yeah.
No. I don't think it
That is
is.
100% accurate.
I said theme. I said, is that
So
like a theme?
so like no, I mean it can come down to what a character wears. So Indri, one of the characters, her colors are green and gold, and
Mhm.
Iva is red and black, and Embera is blues and purples, and Koei's is kind of grays with one accent of red. So when it comes to those characters, I reuse those colors to create a sort of I don't know, just so you can easily recognize them.
Mhm.
Oh, right. Okay.
It makes them easier to recognize, and it themes them. And yeah,
Do you use that to like tie things in the story in the pages to the character sometimes? Seems like
yes.
okay. All right.
So Iva's colors I picked, and I'm using them as kind of a plot line in the story. So right now, if you're reading Eldair on Webtoons, there's a theme of a red butterfly going around. Iva doesn't know what it is because the people she's living with are delivering letters with red butterflies on them. And I chose red because that is Iva's color. She's going to get wrapped up into that plot line.
Okay, no spoilers. Whew, woo.
Well-
we had some people in chat who were just like, "Oh, spill the beans." There.
So, just out of curiosity, have you ever used the coloring and the themes to throw people off?
I'm trying to think if I have. I can't think off the top of my head. So, and like, because this has been over a decade, sometimes I have been I kind of have evolved that a little bit. Like, okay, maybe the character's kind of moving in this direction instead of this direction, like I was thinking. So, you know, the story's always evolving. And the thing with web comics is, you know, most web comic artists, they don't have a finished script. They don't know the end of the, like, they have an idea of this end of the story, but it's not fully written. I try to write out as much as I can so I know where I'm headed. But, you know, things change.
How far in
you write.
advance is Eldair right now? From what anybody has seen on Webtoons, how
So
much is in your
we're
backlog?
starting chapter 23, right? On Webtoons.
Mhm.
I've probably written up to chapter 40
Wow.
or 45. It's hard to say because they're not
Whoa.
broken into chapters yet.
Right.
Okay.
Ho. That's awesome. So you could go for another just a minute, 10 more years. No, wait, I've counted wrong. Hold on 1 second. 30 more years. Really? You don't say. Is that me or is it you? Because I can't hear you. Can you hear me?
Sorry, I muted myself because I was talking.
I thought it was me again.
I hit the button, but I didn't hit it hard enough. Sorry. But we're a third of the way through the story, but the thing is, up until now, until this year, I have been a mom full time. Right? My kids have been at home. My youngest child, is now in first grade.
Isn't that a great year? Oh,
it is, grade. And I've been able to get a lot of more art done. So before I was only doing 1 page a week, and for the anniversary, I wanted to do something special, so I actually inked an entire chapter in 1 month. So I did 25 pages from storyboard to inks in 1 month, and then this month I'm coloring the whole thing. So I think it came out to be about 3 pages a week. Of course, that was me pushing it really, really hard. So my goal, I'm hoping that I can start moving up towards 2 to 3 pages a week.
Wow.
Ooh.
So
that is impressive.
So my goal is that it's done within the next 10 years.
We're not taking 10 more years to tell the story.
A part of me is like really self-conscious, like it's 10 years and I'm only this far into the story. If I tell people 10 years, are they gonna think I'm just like really slow?
No, because you have 304,000 words of script, okay? Yeah. 304,000. Do you realize what my arthritis would do if I tried to write 4,000? I mean, come on.
It would have to keep up with Jared's jaw in about an hour and a half.
It couldn't. I need to get that. I need to get that thing from talking to scripting, because then I could I'd be like, blah, 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 blah. Then I could come back and be like, this doesn't make any sense at all.
That's what all of us do.
Yep.
Oh my!
You write a bunch of crap and then you make it good.
No, I write a bunch of crap and then I give it somebody else to make it good.
I do that too.
That's also a good. That's also a good option.
Yeah,
an editor.
You got to start with something,
right? Right. Well, that's what I start with, is crap, and then I hand it over to somebody else, and they hand it back, and I'm like, I wrote this. Like really, I wrote this.
Everyone starts off with crap, right? And that's like what people who are new don't realize is even like really prolific authors, their first drafts are crap.
Like always, like Stephen King.
Yes,
Yeah.
actually, Stephen King during an interview basically said the exact same thing.
Like
Really?
the whole goal of a first draft is to get something down so you can fix it. Like I had a friend who just got so depressed that her first draft wasn't perfect. And like whenever we're like, here's feedback, here's how you can make it better, instead of being like, oh, that is a great way to make it better, she just got really sad that she didn't think of that in the first place. But the thing is when you're writing, you're by yourself, writing on your own with your own tiny world. And until you share it with people and they tell you how tiny your world is, it's not going to get any better.
No, and it's really hard to be in your own head because like I'll put in commas and periods, but they're not there because I had a full run-on paragraph sentence.
Yeah,
It's like I really got to get this thought out.
And like even if you're a really good writer, it's still the first draft is still like crap. I mean, you think of an artist. Does an artist start off with a masterpiece? It starts off as a sketch, a really crappy sketch. And then they build on that.
Yeah.
When I start a comic, it's a tiny, crappy little sketch of the page. It's not a finished piece when I start.
So when you finish, how many revisions, editings would you say you go through to really put in a solid page?
Writing wise, it's probably 6 to 8 drafts.
Wow.
Wow. Because it goes through multiple beta readers. It goes through multiple groups and multiple edits. Okay. And then drawing wise, usually I like to have my scripts super refined to like exactly how I want it, and I can already kind of picture what I want. There's some comic artists, they start off with a thumbnail first and then they give it to beta readers. To me, that's kind of a waste of time because it's easier to change a sentence in writing than it is to redraw even just a thumbnail. Because if you have to edit that thumbnail, that panel, then you have to rearrange your entire page. So
wow.
Usually when I storyboard, I start off with little thumbnails, and then I go up to storyboards. The thumbnails might go through like 5 revisions, but they're tiny. In fact, let me see if I can find one really quick.
While she's doing that, let's see here. Looks like so Russ Cassidy came in and wanted to mention Kubo printing, and we've got people basically chanting it after that. So
yes.
We'll definitely touch base on that here after we're...
Yeah, we could talk about Kubo. I can talk about my anniversary bundle that I'm offering through my store right now.
Okay, so let's talk about this.
Patreon. But okay, yeah, so really quick.
Yeah, your pages before you get carried away on the bundle, because everybody's just going to rush for that bundle. We got to keep people watching for a minute, please.
It's all right. So here's my script. It's just some words, and then here's my dinky little thumbnails. Aren't they so cute?
Right. And that's just giving you reference to your script, like a quick visual reference to your script, basically.
Yeah, it's just, okay, what do I want this page to look like? And like, I mean, here's one where, here's original 21 and 22, and then I changed my mind. There's 21 and 22 and 23.
Oh, okay. Like, because if you change any of these panels, it changes everything. Like within that page structure, within the storytelling of that page.
Yeah. So, and this is one thing that, a lot of webtoons creators, they go straight to webtoons. They don't think about how it's going to go to print. And it's way easier to create a webtoon because it's just panels stacked on top of each other. But the reason why most webtoons never make it to print is because they didn't think about how it was going to look on a printed page. And they start trying to organize these panels into pages, and they can only fit 4 panels to a page, and then that makes it really expensive to print. And it's just kind of awkward reading those webtoons. So I always start print first, then webtoons, because it's much easier to go from print to webtoons and stacking them. than the other way around. And like I've tried doing it the other way around. It's like impossible. But I take those little thumbnails and I turn them into these. Right. Sometimes I think only I can understand what's happening.
So this is Jemma Studios transcript.
Yeah.
So cool.
They're just really terrible little drawings that, you know.
Yeah, but it's a part of the process. You know, those are the kind of things that would be cool in a special limited edition book.
I find it really interesting that you storyboard out the panels and the way that they carry on each page, just the same as you would the verbiage or the artwork. I think it might be the first time we've heard a creator do it in that order.
Well, to me, the panels are very, very important. It affects how your reader takes in your comic, and
yes,
one of the biggest problems with new comic creators is they don't know how to panel, and they end up having to put arrows in to have people understand which direction they're supposed to read the comic. But whenever you do that, it takes people out of the story. They just become confused instead of being able to be engrossed in your story. The moment the reader is like, wait, where do I go next? That's when you start to lose them. So to me, it's like, how does it look as an individual page? And then how does it look like a book, right? You know, pages next to each other, because when they open a book, they're going to see them next to each other, and they need to be able to know how to read that story without thinking about it.
Mm-hmm. A natural flow. Yeah, that is a great point, because I have read through comics where I go through and I'm having a hard time finding where the story picks up next, and so I'll read something out of context and be okay. Now I'm totally getting what you're saying. That's fantastic. And you solve that problem by storyboarding the panels.
Yes. So I will take these, and then I will put them in the computer, and I'll put in all my type next.
Okay.
Type is next. All the word bubbles is next in the paneling. And I end up moving things around because I put in my word bubbles first, and I make sure all the type fits. And so I rearrange the artwork if I need to, if it's too much words and I didn't anticipate how much space it would take. I rearrange it, and then I post it to my beta reader group. Or I'll have my husband read it, and any page that I'm like worried that someone's going to read it wrong, I put it up there. I'm like, I don't ask them, did you read it like this? I ask them, what order did you read it in? And sometimes they come back as like, I think I read it wrong. I read it like this. Is that right? And I'm like, it doesn't matter whether you're right or wrong. You're right.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the natural flow.
If you read it wrong, that's not your fault. That's my fault.
Right.
So how do your community members become beta readers?
Or
can they? I guess I should ask that first.
They can be. Right now, I'm not really taking any new beta readers. I think it's like last year I put a call out for beta readers. I put it on my newsletter and on Webtoons. And I had several people that were already beta readers. I had just personally asked them, and they said yes, and I put them in a group because they're already they're Team Speculation. They're pretty much already beta readers. They're already like tearing my stuff apart. So they're the perfect beta readers because they know what's happening. They're invested, and they're trying to glean whatever information they can. So they're my perfect audience. Sorry. And then I put this call out, and people just applied, and I had them fill out a Google form, and they just answered some questions, whether they'd been part of writing groups or things like that. And I asked them questions of like, who's your favorite character and why? What's your favorite part of the story and why? And then I had a list of name the character, and it was just a list of, it was like a pictures a group of pictures of each of the characters, and that was just because I had lots of people apply. I think I had like 40 or 50 people apply to be a beta reader, which surprised me.
Wow.
I didn't think anyone that was. There's so many people invested and willing to give me feedback, but because of that, I had to kind of like weed it down a little bit because that's a little too many people. And
What's a good size group?
yeah, I think right now I have about 20.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, that is
Okay.
okay. So you get a lot of different feedback.
Man, I
Does
don't
it-
even have 20 friends. Jemma is way
Try.
more loved than I am.
Well, it's not hard to love her more than you. I'm sorry, bro.
I know.
But,
If you make
you know,
Fry cry on this show, Jared,
well,
it's-
you have
yeah.
fun on your D&D trip.
Hold on real quick. Rose Kirby came in over on YouTube saying, hey, Crypto Comics, hope to watch next week, and best wishes and luck to Jemma until then. Or until next time, joy, love, and happiness, everyone. Hey, thanks for stopping by, Rose. Rose
Thanks,
is in
Rose.
the UK, so
Hi, Rose.
Yeah, she's up early.
4 in the morning or something there.
I think it's like
thank-
I want to
1
say it's like 2. Yeah.
or 2 in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a
crazy.
diehard. She's
And so that was-
absolutely fantastic.
I believe this was everybody telling her bye.
Oh,
Very
I was like, bye guys. Somebody said they were going to play D&D earlier. I was like, okay, bye guys. Have fun on your D&D trip. But no, that was to Rose. My bad.
Okay, so now we're getting comments talking about the series. So you mentioned a bundle.
Yes.
Talk about that.
So for my 10-year anniversary, I am doing the Children of Eldair book bundle. So here they are. It's the first 3 books, first 3 graphic novels, and the short story Sorcerer Courtship, which is just such a joy.
That was awesome.
But anyways, so right now it's on my online store for $45, and typically I'd sell this for $65, so that's $20 off.
Oh, wow.
And then if you buy it during the month of December as part of the anniversary, I'm also including this exclusive metal print, commemorative print.
Metal print, guys. Metal print. Metal print. Look alive, boys.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Oh, that is
Oh.
awesome.
So
This
is- it's kind of blown out, but it's the character showing off the stats of Eldair in the last decade.
600 pages drawn. 600
so-
pages.
Yeah.
Gosh.
So
Wow.
3 Kickstarters successfully funded,
Funded.
10 million views, 304,000 words of script,
That is
crazy.
so cool.
1,500 books or more sold. I'm pretty sure it's more than that, but
That's incredible.
I don't
That is
know.
Incredible.
900,000 likes, 4,500 hours spent drawing,
100,000 likes.
and
That-
600 pages drawn, and 2 surprise kisses.
Jared's
Both-
only had 2 surprise kisses.
Both from that character, too. She's very proud of that fact.
Evan comes in, says shiny. Oh, shiny,
Oh,
says Andrew
shiny.
Brooks. This is great. Nobody's Illusion, who earlier said she's having a hard time justifying getting it because of a lack of room or lack of space, comes back and says, hey, what? Oh my God, I'll find room for that sweet print.
Sweet print. Right.
So a print this size typically sells for $30 or $40, but you get it for free if you buy the bundle.
So
That
you're
is-
getting 3 fantastic books, the short and the print, all for 45 buckaroos.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
will current collectors that already have the books in your series, will they still be able to get the print in order to celebrate with you? Or is this going to be
So those who are on my Patreon, part of the $15 art club, they will get this month.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
So that's probably the best way to get it, because I don't really have it on my shop, but they get it as an 8x10 if they're part of the art club, and it's only $15, and that includes shipping. It does have to be in the United States. If you're outside the United States, you can always message me and we can arrange something.
So let me make sure I point this out to everybody. You guys can follow Jemma on any platform you can imagine. I'm just going to word it that way because they're. Yeah, you don't have to ask if she's covered on a platform. The answer is probably yes.
Yeah. And I
Like-
try to keep it consistently Jemma M Young.
Thank you.
So for the only one that's different is Patreon, and I don't know what I was thinking when I set that up.
Nobody understands Patreon. Those Patreons.
I love
And
my
we've-
patrons, okay?
Darn rights you do. They're
My
fantastic.
patrons make this magic happen, okay?
And they're getting so they don't have to buy the bundle. They actually get the print if they're a part of Patreon.
If they're part of the $15 art club. So I have
okay.
an art club that every month, if you are currently subscribed, it's $15 a month. I send you a metal print. It's usually anywhere. They're usually smaller than 8 by. This month is special because it's an anniversary, so I'm doing 8 by 10.
years.
But this was 2 months ago. Was this bookmark?
Oh, cool.
Epic bookmark. So they're big.
That's a killer bookmark.
They're meant to go with the books, right? So they kind of fit, right?
That's
and then
nice.
Here's like a 4x6 that I did the month before, and then last month I started this really fun series, and it is D&D character cards. So
yes.
Wait, go back.
Can you go back? Yeah, I want to see.
Just a
those
second.
again.
I'm pulling them out of the sleeves because it's a little bit hard.
Yeah, we got to get
So-
some. What? Are there details on the back or what's going on here?
What?
Oh yes!
So
Cool.
How frequently have you practiced that card flip?
I just did it
That was
just
pro.
now,
That
okay?
was pro.
That was pretty smooth, Gemma.
Wow.
So
that is so cool.
this is for D&D 5th edition. So
God,
last
they're
month I
stats.
sent these 2 cards out to patrons,
Uh-huh.
and I also sent out the character sheets, the full character sheets with all their spells and everything. The sheets were actually put together by a patron, D Jackson, because he's awesome. He's my admin on my Discord and stuff. He's part of Team Speculation. But anyways, I'm going to be continuing this series in January. We'll probably go with Koei next with his stats on the back. So I usually add a sticker in as well. So this was last month's sticker. Was this matched? So
nice. Wow, I like that you actually cut out around the robe and everything.
I'm
looks
going to
sick.
be honest with you. I'm not saying for sure we'll do shirts again, but if we do, can we use that design for another Gemma shirt? Because that is a
Did you see the way he was asking, Gemma? I mean, he was
I want
begging,
that bad.
dude.
I want
There
that
was-
bad. I want that,
that
on
was-
a Crypto Comic shirt
That is
more than I could care to admit.
This
I want
one?
He was
that is so cool.
he was groveling like this on his knees. That was fantastic.
So okay,
Yeah.
are those limited to only patrons then?
right now, yes.
Community,
So
I'm gonna need a hookup.
these right now, this was last month. So and let me think. So right now they're not available on my shop, but I am planning on making them available during my next Kickstarter, which will probably be sometime late next spring. I promised myself I wouldn't do any major projects or Kickstarters until I was moved into my new house, like completely moved in.
And that is a process.
Okay.
Because right now I'm actually living with my parents as we build a house.
Hey,
Mhm.
So
we do what we got to do, Gemma. We do what we got to. I went through it. I know what you're going through. We do what we got to do when we're building our home.
yeah,
You guys just stay strong. It's going to work out. It's going to be glorious. It's going to be awesome. Everybody understands. Oh, you guys are just doing the right thing.
Okay,
Yeah.
Gemma, are you guys gonna get like metal fixtures for everything and then print them?
what?
Like, I want to see like your fridge done in all Eldair.
Oh.
Like take a
Oh, dude, if you
take
did
like
a
a
wrap.
stainless steel, take like a stainless steel Samsung, break the whole
I'm
thing down,
sorry.
print across the metal, put it back
That
together.
was sick. That
I
was
don't know
sick.
how I would do
And
that.
then do the front cover of your your dishwasher.
Oh, that would be pretty sweet.
Maybe even the stove.
There will be lots of what's the word, paraphernalia in my house.
Yeah.
So
I'm telling you, I think we might be onto something here, Jemma.
Seriously. Seriously, those are that's so cool, man. I really like that you're going with the metal prints. The metal print is just so cool. It's so unique and so pretty, so nice.
Yeah, I love doing them. The process is a lot of fun to me. For those who don't know, I actually own a metal printing business. I'm a part owner, so all of these prints are actually done
What's
by
the
my
name
company.
of that business?
It's called Kubo Printing.
Just one second. I gotta put that up real fast if I can find it.
It's been posted inside of the chat like 75 times already.
No. Here it is, brother. Kubo Printing from Russ Cassidy.
What's
Boom.
up,
see?
Good to see you.
Yeah, I believe Russ Cassidy has ordered from my company before.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and we're actually we do custom prints online. We actually have contracts with other artists that we actually print and sell their work for them. And every artist that we work with directly. So whenever you buy one of their pieces, they get part of the profits. So it's our way to help support creators, as well as have people be able to get, prints made, themselves, whether that's family or their original art.
Jemma, giving a kickback to creators sounds like an awfully familiar sales pitch.
Who'd you learn that from? Who'd you learn that from?
Not from you guys.
Oh, come on! Come on! What? Are you sure?
Why do you think we jive so well? We are on the same brain wavelength.
Oh, hey, I'll take it. If I'm operating on your level, I can dig it.
Wait a minute. That means we're all on Jared's wavelengths?
No!
Yep.
Oh, boy.
Pray for us, chat. Come together, community.
Can y'all dig it?
Oh, my gosh. We got Amy Frazier's in chat over on YouTube saying, I love all my Jemma metal prints. I think that those prints, I mean, from various books that you've worked on, other creators that you've worked with, stuff like that, it's really cool because we can see from a distance how a lot of people in various communities and stuff like that, they just gravitate towards those purchases at first, but those are always the items that you see them just boisterously promoting after the fact.
Yeah, it's just such a beautiful medium. I really like it, and like I used to get it through another company.
Oh no!
I love that.
And I was just like, I want to be able to control the quality and make sure it's what I want as an artist, and to be able to get it in a time frame too that works for me as a creator. So it's fun.
And domestic. I mean, you're based in the US.
It's all in the United States. I think all of our materials come from within the United States.
Really?
That's so cool.
Yep.
That is. Oh my gosh. I mean, first of all, you were amazing, and now you're like God tier. I just don't know. We can handle it in here. It's a little hot. Being around such gloriousness. I mean, this is fantastic. So how long have you guys been doing Kubo printing?
I was doing it for myself last year.
Right.
I think I started in like August, and then this year I got some business partners that have really taken it and run with it. We have like a physical store in the University Mall. And that was in June or July. June is when they took it over, and then August, this year, and then August is when we got the store in the mall. And
how's the storefront doing? I mean, it's pretty expensive, isn't it?
The mall is very expensive, and it is a new business, so there's a lot of things that we are still learning. Fixing and process and stuff, but I work with some really amazing people who really put it in their all, even while I can't put as much attention as I can due to building a house and chronic illness. So it's really cool to see it grow. It's all about the people you work with. So
Do you have any metal prints of Jared?
of Jared?
Yeah.
Of me?
What?
Why would you?
Never
First of
I'm
all,
not even
Fry,
gonna ask.
she just said it's everyone you work with, and then you ask that question. I don't even think that's appropriate in a working relationship. I wouldn't want you to have a print of me, especially a metal cover print of my flexing.
Jemma's thinking about it now, though. She's like, this would be pretty funny.
No, it wouldn't be funny. It would not be funny. It would be embarrassing is what it would be. Hey.
Well, there's an audience for everything, right?
I guess so. Right? Yeah. This is another print that I had done of my artwork.
The blues are always... The blues and the... I guess... What do you refer to it as? Like the sky?
I feel like you're mostly seeing just the reflection of my computer screen.
Yeah, you have to get it just a little bit more. And oh, that looks so freaking killer. Dude, I'm serious. We're getting a decent. I mean, I'm sure in person it looks so much like incredible, but
metal prints look way better in person.
Yeah, they're incredible looking. Both Matt and Fry always like to just show me their metal covers when I go to their houses. They're like, "Hey, check out what you don't got." I'm like, "Thanks, guys."
You have one, Jared.
No, I do not. But it's fun that you guys always tell me that I do. It really is. Makes me feel better about myself. Trust me.
I thought you got one from Rose.
Yeah, I know. You guys keep thinking that, and then I keep having to remind you I don't have one. And every time you bring it up, it crushes.
That's weird, man. I got a few of them. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
My first one actually ever was from you, Jemma.
Yeah, that was my first one as well.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jemma, for starting that addiction.
Sorry, not sorry.
My kids used to have a college fund.
Now it buys metal covers, metal prints, metal everything.
They're so nice, though. Especially when it's a part of a book.
Well,
there's something so different about that it's just.
I like that it adds, taking into account Children of Eldair, where the color is so important, right, in telling the story. The metal prints and the metal covers really add to those, like the colors and makes them so
vibrancy.
Much more. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it like that picture you were just showing. I remember seeing it before, but it was on paper and you were coloring it, or you were showing it, using it as a color reference to us. And that's the first time I saw that picture on the print. It looks fantastic. Like, just popped out at me. I was like, whoa, like that's incredible. Now, so when are you going to do a full metal page comic book? Oh, yeah!
Wow, Jared. Wow.
One of a kind. Probably have to sell it on the black market or something like that, because it'll be worth so much money. But wouldn't that be cool? I don't know if it's even possible.
There is the trick is getting a double-sided metal prints.
Oh.
And that's something that we've really wanted to do, but it costs so much money.
What's the complication? Like,
the complication is no one really does double-sided metal prints. So a metal print has to have a special polyester type coating on it for it to have it take the ink dye into it. Because if you just did it on normal metal, this is what the normal metal looks like on the back, it wouldn't take the dye. It has to be coated with a special type of coating. And so the manufacturers that, supply this metal, they only really do one-sided. And for them to do double-sided, you have to order enough to make him worth the effort.
Oh, I know exactly
which is
what
about $30,000.
Holy shit!
Well, that's how much it's going to cost you for that comic now, Jared. Congratulations.
Well, when I get rich, when I get rich, I will be, I'll be coming and saying, hey, let's rent that comic we talked about, 30,000. Let's get started. I'm gonna sell it for $1 million on eBay, maybe.
Yeah, I think that would be really cool, and I would totally do it.
Yeah, that's insane though.
If we had the materials.
Yeah, so basically you have to put in an order large enough that the company itself sees where it say, okay, we'll make this for you, and it's probably a big sheet.
Oh,
and then has to be
it's
cut
massive.
up. And,
yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh wow. That's awesome though. You've actually already looked into it.
Yes,
Great
I have.
minds think alike. Woohoo! Great minds think alike. My great mind is thinking like hers. You guys left in the dust because you guys didn't even see that one coming.
That's incredible. So, through the printing business, though, you guys offer a lot of custom solutions and stuff for people too, right? With holidays coming up and everything.
Yep. So you can actually go to kuboprinting.com and you can put in a custom order and you can pick it up in Orem or have it shipped to you. And the turnaround is usually about a week.
So you guys, you're about a week away from having your very own metal print of Jared.
Yep. And if you're an artist and you want to do more than just one print, like you want to resell it, then you can always contact the support email. And we actually have special prices just for artists who are trying to make a profit on their work, because that's kind of the goal of the companies, to help artists. So
awesome.
That's a thing.
That's a great thing. That is absolutely the bestest reason.
I want to convince the company to cover like a limited series of metal prints of us just pressing our face up against glass. Like, and then we'll just sneak them into the random swag packs when those are given out.
So you're talking like anything. The old, what are those? The copy machines?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
No.
I think that'd be hilarious.
I wouldn't want to pay for that, though.
Well, it'd just be in the swag packs. Or do you mean as the company?
Oh, that's real nice. That's nice. You're going to send people who are looking forward to something, your face smashed in a window. Metal cover style. I mean, I'm starting to kind of like the idea, but I don't know, Jim. What do you think? I think he's crazy.
I don't know if you're paying for it.
I'll talk to the CEO. I'll see what I can get to happen.
And by the way, I think someone was asking about how large we can go. We can go up to 20 by 30 inches right now.
Ooh. Whoa. Really?
Yes. Yeah.
Holy crap. That is huge.
Here's the question.
Print.
It came in from Vlav. Kubo question: can you do a 2.5 foot by 3 foot metal print? Can they stand up to impact? I know people who would love to have shields done just to market. You might. Oh, that would be interesting.
That would be really cool. Like I said, right now we can do up to 20 by 30 inches. Going any bigger than that is massively expensive. Like you can't even imagine how massively expensive it is to go larger than that. And they are metal, so they could withstand some, but they do get scratched.
Okay, so what if somebody brought you a shield, Kate, and I don't even know. I mean, I guess you'd have to have that special metal, and then you cut the shield into 4 and you take the metal and you stick it onto the 4 squares. You know what I'm saying?
So long as there was a nice design in the middle to kind of break it up, that would actually probably work. It's just if you want it to look seamless, that would be difficult.
Yeah, it wouldn't be able to be seamless because you'd have.
Hold on. What about smaller sizes? What about business card sizes?
Yeah, we do business cards.
Guess what's coming, y'all?
You're going to get me a business card?
No, this was my idea. These are going to be my business cards. I'm going to do a limited run of business cards with my face pressed against glass. I'm sorry, Jemma, if you have to look at them. But this is going to be the most epic business card to hand to a creator that has ever existed.
You took that idea from Amy Fraser, didn't you, Fry?
She just put it there. But Amy Fraser handles our logistics, which means that this is an approval.
Holy crap! Nice call, dude.
Ah,
Excellent. Wow. Hey, yep, you're right.
Thanks,
Nicely
thanks, Amy.
approved. Great call, Amy. I can't wait to see this
Gemma's
business
just
card.
sitting here right now going, "Why, Fry? Why? When we have creators making so
No,
many
she's
beautiful
not.
things, why would we want to do your face?"
She doesn't
I
care
think
about
it's
your face.
fine.
Yeah, she's like, come on. Do 5. I think you have to do a minimum of 500. No.
Yeah, we'll figure that out.
Our minimums aren't quite that high.
Oh, dude. And then Lab comes in going QR codes on the card so it will send people right to the site. Not just to the site, to his profile page. Boom. So they can join right up. How do you like them apples, Fry? I just came up with that idea right here, on my own.
President just came in saying, "Great business card idea."
Oh
These
my
are many
gosh.
business cards.
Oh
You
my
guys
gosh.
don't get 'em.
Wow.
You guys do get them.
I didn't know this is how you're supposed to ask for things.
I didn't either, but this is happening.
Wow. I am
more frequently.
shocked. Why do we even go to the business meetings? We could just
Yeah,
ask for whatever.
you just do it on the live stream where it's public and they just have to say yes.
This is fantastic.
This is wonderful. Can Crypto Comics get me a puppy?
Wait, only if it has the Crypto Comics logo in its fur, which you're never gonna find.
You shave it.
You can dye a dog's hair. You got to be able to.
Yes.
Gemma, can you print on
He
the
does
dog?
have a great beard.
No.
Damn. Okay. We're going to figure this out. What if he wears a t-shirt?
Oh,
I shouldn't mess
dude.
around with that because
We could give your business card away as swag. Look, people are asking for it, bro. Oh my gosh. This is probably one of the most fantastic ideas in the whole world.
This is great. This is great. Okay, so I want to apologize. really
Shave
quick.
the dog. Look.
Why not? Okay, I want to apologize because, just so everybody's aware, we have a long
Genetically modified dogs, dude. We could just buy one from a lab.
I feel like now it's getting too far, and I'm not going to get my business cards.
I'm sorry. I
shouldn't have asked for a puppy. It was my fault.
I'm sorry. Yeah, you really should. Why'd you take me down that road, dude?
I don't know. I got excited. Puppy was the only thing I could think of.
That was lame.
I shouldn't even say that because Joe's actually coming to Vegas like next week. He'll just show up at my door with a dog, and I'll be like,
Here's a puppy.
"Bro, I don't know what to do here.
I can't afford the food.
I can't afford a dog right now. What are you doing?" These are very unrealistic expectations, but here's the bill for my metal business cards. Okay, so we have a long-standing rule that we made with Jemma years ago that we would never take more than an hour of her time on live streams.
Did you come up with that rule, or did she?
She did. She made us promise. She made me promise.
Did you?
I think that was just like, I don't know.
It happened.
Jemma, did you really?
It was probably when I was really busy.
Oh.
So what was really going on was she was like, I don't know.
I don't want to hang out with you guys.
So, we're going to cut it off now.
It's been nice knowing you guys, but can we not
But now that we come up with epic business card ideas, she's like, maybe I'll hang out for a minute or longer. They don't have an IP on these ideas. Let's go.
But anywho, actually, we have made promises that we're going to try and keep the show under 2 hours and 55 minutes. So we're doing good, but we are starting to hit that hour-long run. So what did you have in mind, Fry? Tell me.
Well, I wanted to give everybody in the community and everybody that's in chat an opportunity to try to sneak in that one last question if you guys have anything for Jemma.
Good idea. I also wanted to say something. I also wanted to ask something.
Well, most importantly, if you guys could, I would really, really, really appreciate all of you guys going to Jemma's various platforms. Her Patreon, her Instagram. I see TikTok, I see Reddit, I see Pinterest, I see Twitch, everything.
Hold on, nobodies.
But find a couple of those, if you guys would, and share them out on other platforms, on your own social platforms. Because the reason that Jemma's been able to make it for 10 years, which is such a stunning achievement in itself, is because her community is such a badass community. and everybody sharing out those things helps bolster that community and builds it up. Now, I know I'm like preaching to the choir here. These are people that have already shared the hell out of everything, but there's always that one new friend that you might have added a couple of weeks ago,
Or that one new viewer that might be seeing the show for the first time. Welcome, new viewer.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, if you guys could share out the information on how people can find Jemma's books, that is amazingly awesome to do.
Yep.
For Jemma.
And also if you go to my website, jemmamyoung.com, you can actually sign up for my newsletter. And if you sign up for the newsletter, you can actually sign up for different projects that you can follow. So if you follow Children of Eldair, then I'll actually send you the Eldair updates every week to your inbox. Same with Zelda's Lullaby. If you follow Cosmere Art, then whenever I do a new fan art piece for Cosmere, Brandon Sanderson, then I automatically send that to you. And so that way, if you're not always on social media or following me on those platforms, or the algorithm just doesn't show you my stuff because algorithms do that,
Yes.
you can sign up for those different interests, and I will send you that stuff straight to your email.
Awesome.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I was following creators on Patreon doing comics, and they would send me their pages because they post on Patreon first, and I was like, I really like that I don't have to go anywhere to read this person's comic. And so I just started doing that because, like, obviously it sends to people who are patrons, but if they aren't, then is there a way for them to get that special feature? And so I was like, you know what, why not? I'll do that.
That's fantastic. That's cool. That actually makes it so much easier on the fan. That is so thoughtful.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a lot of logistics. So
yeah, it does take a little bit to set up. Part of me is like, oh, another thing I made for myself to do. But you know, it's I've only been doing it for a couple of months, and I probably have 50 or 60 people on each of the interests that
that's fantastic.
I send them the comic pages every week.
So do you got any new places you're listing your books these days?
Mm-hmm. Are you trying to get me to plug you?
Yes.
No. What? I mean, no. I was just wondering.
Yes.
You know.
So, for those of you who like digital downloads or digital copies of comics, I did just upload all of the content for the first 3 books onto the Crypto Comics Marketplace. So, yeah, they're showing me now. So I have them as individual issues that you can buy for approximately $5, or you can buy the graphic novels for an approximate of $20 on the Crypto Comics Marketplace. And one reason why I really like it is it does like the overlay, so I can actually add content later, and I actually did that today. So if you go to the extras,
Okay. Hold up.
the extras one, I actually just added a new extra bonus comic. It's on the top left. Left, right there. Yep.
Was it this one here?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay.
So actually today I was like, oh, I remembered I had a bonus comic that I hadn't put in yet. And so I actually put it in today. So I guess anyone who's actually bought the comic has access to that bonus comic, even if they bought it previous to today.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's fantastic. Now,
yeah, Jemma plugged us. Woo!
Well, and not there's more though. There's more. So talk to us about your experience of getting in, kind of learning, seeing the system for the first time, because you've been with us for a very long time. You were back with us in our infancy when we were just little toddlers.
It's been 83 years.
It hasn't been 83 years, right?
4? 3?
Well, I think we've known you for over 3 years.
Yeah.
Over 3 years, but I don't think we're quite to 4 yet. but you were one of the first people that came in with us, helping us build our reader and stuff like that. You know, questioning us severely, saying, "Ooh, I don't know about you guys. Are you guys for real, legit?" But then we hung out, and you were like, "Oh, you guys are cool," and we were like, "Thank you." But you find after all that time, you finally got to have the experience of going through the marketplace, and you got to buy a comic. What? Give us a little understanding of what your experience was like.
So uploading the comic was actually pretty straightforward. I could actually just dump my ebooks that I was selling online already into the. I just upload the PDF and it like built all the pages out for me. And then I could go in and like one thing that I didn't realize until I bought someone else's comic that I could put in bookmarks. So I could bookmark each of the chapters. And so like if you went to the extras and you looked at the bookmarks, I bookmarked each of the mini comics. So you could just go straight to those, which is
wow.
I'm not very good at building PDFs. I don't know if there's a way to do that in a PDF. There probably is, but I haven't figured it out. But
Bry's trying to figure it out probably right now. He's like, "Oh, I'm thinking about it."
So, yeah.
That is so cool.
So there's all the mini comics in the extras that I built. So like I really like that feature, and I like the idea that in the future, if I wanted to, I could go add a soundtrack. I could add the commentary soundtrack if I wanted to. Oh, there comes my cat. He never comes to see me, and now that I'm on a live stream, here he is. So
a good thing. He just wants to chill.
Meow. Oh gosh,
it's been over an hour.
Oh, I have like so many cats meowing at me. I'm like, oh, I know why they make people crazy now.
Yeah. Anyways, I really like the idea that, you know, it's not just a PDF. It can be an interactive comic and add more elements to it in the future. Like I don't have to have it all exactly perfect right now. And that to me is just like a huge stress relief. It's like I can build this, I can offer it to people with the plan to do more in the future, and anyone who's already bought it will automatically get those enhanced features in the future.
If you choose for them to. You could also set it up as a different book.
Yeah. But I like the idea that I can build off of what I have and just enhance it and make it better.
That actually is what makes you awesome and special. Because you not that kind of special.
This was such a great clip until Jared decided to just.
Did you see it? Did you see? She's like, "Thanks, I think."
But... No, that was me trying to suppress a cough.
Oh. Well, I misread that, but no.
Surprise. Anyways, continue.
I forgot where I was. Now I'm so embarrassed. What was I saying?
Oh, I was just saying that I just like to build off of what I already have.
Well,
and make it better.
And I was saying that's really what makes you one of those really awesome people, is because you're seeing ways of enhancing the experience of that person's already purchase, which is not a common thing that people would do. And I just think that's very admirable and really super awesome.
Thanks.
Thank you. You are an inspiration to us and have been for a very long time.
Are you about to break out into song?
And Jemma. No, I wouldn't.
I am so sorry, everybody.
That was terrible. I got to work on my lyrics.
Okay.
Anyways, but yeah, just I've enjoyed the platform. The thing that I really like the most though is you guys have taken all of my highly critical feedback and implemented and made things better. So like I know I can be like, this site is crap. And you're like, okay.
No.
No, I don't think I do that. I'm like,
when you do that, we're always like, oh, yeah, okay, we're ready.
No, I know how to give. Okay. For anyone who doesn't know how to give critique, this is how you give critique. This is what I like. This is what I don't like. Here's why. here's how I think it could be better. Here's the thing I like. Right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
But for people like me, all I heard was "you suck," and I'm like,
you
I
know,
just felt like
it's
I got hit by a bus.
it's a skill you have to learn, giving and taking feedback.
oh, absolutely. But thank you, because your feedback was so crucial, so critical. It's a part of helping us make this a really good experience for people. And you're one of those people that, again, you joined early with us. We went through some long times and some hard times and some questionable times where you were like, what are you guys doing? We're like, no, we're really doing something. We promise. You just can't see it yet. And now we're there, and thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I was like, if it's gonna happen, then it'll happen.
and it has happened.
And it has happened. And I'm like, oh, this is nice.
Thank you. Thank you for helping us.
So
Yeah,
We
we
wouldn't
really
have
anyways,
happened without your help.
yeah,
Mhm.
I'm sure it would have
that's
happened.
awesome.
It just wouldn't have been as good.
Yeah, well, that's true too. That's true too.
That's
I mean,
absolutely true.
That is absolutely true. I got these two. Oh, whoops. Sorry.
Yep. Jared just keeps those wheels on a rolling, doesn't he, Matt?
What wheels?
Oh yeah.
All right, guys. With that, we're at an hour and a half. Jemma,
All right.
thank you for letting us celebrate this with you. It's like such an amazing achievement, and
Also known
you
as the
deserve
crap sandwich.
Thanks for interrupting, Jared.
Sorry about that. I was talking to nobodies.
We
It
could
was an
tell.
outsider joke.
We could tell you popped it right up onto the screen so that everybody knew. That, yeah. Should we give you
Sorry.
a minute to continue your conversation with Nobody's Illusion?
Yes, if
need
you
a minute?
would. I know. Wasn't that a cute kitty thing? Yeah, I know.
Why did I open the door for him to do that?
And there's one
No.
more.
I keep telling you not to.
Boom.
With that, thank you, Jemma, for everything that you've done to help us throughout the years, all the feedback that you've given us. We make jokes and we do things like that, but just because you're a friend, and hopefully you understand how important your feedback and criticisms have been for us to do these things. So. You like how I worded that? It hurt my feelings so bad, Gemma. No, I'm kidding. So thank you, honestly, thank you, because it makes, hopefully it makes the future better for all the creators that we get to work with, and hopefully we get to see more creators that start now taking the things that you helped implement and turning it into their 10 years of success. You know, and just thank you for letting us be a part of this, because we haven't been around for the whole 10 years. It just feels like it because Jared talks enough to fill a whole decade.
I just want to add congratulations, Gemma, on a decade of Children of Eldair. That is fantastic.
Yeah. So and like, thank you everyone who is, like, you guys, and like everyone who's watching on the stream. Like, thanks everyone for your incredible support. Like, really, seriously, like, without my support, like the support people have given me through the last 10 years, it wouldn't have made it this far. And like, creating this comic and building the community and making the friends that it has made my life better, and it has brought me a lot of joy. And like, I am so incredibly grateful. Like, it's like, it kind of boggles my mind that this comic has made me friends, but also made other people's friends. Other people friends. Sorry. Like, there are people in my community that wouldn't be friends if it weren't for my comic, and that's just kind of amazing to me, and it's kind of cool. So anyways, thank you everyone.
All right, let's close this. Yeah.
You guys get mad at me when I say something, so I was just like, all right, let's see what they do, and that's what you guys do.
But yeah, just one last plug, I guess, is, check out Crypto Comics. My comics are on there if you're into downloadable digital comics. That's a cool place to go, and all my current stuff is up on there. And then the Eldair bundle, $45 on my store until the end of December. And you can also join my Patreon. I forgot to mention this earlier. Sorry, I'm really excited. So for my Patreon, for the 10-year anniversary, every weekday I've been posting a new Eldair page. So
wow.
Yeah, for the month of December. So right now we're on page 11 of chapter 23, where on Webtoons it's only on page 3 goes up on Wednesday. So by the end of the month, patrons pledging $5 or more will be approximately a chapter ahead of anywhere else online.
Oh, that.
So, and then anyone spending less than $5, you still get previews to those pages as well as some extra bonus artwork. And I'll be sharing some old developmental content during the month on Patreon, as well as my Discord channel. So if you go to jemmayoung.com/links, there is a link to my Discord where I share extra content for Eldair and other projects, and you also get to be involved with this awesome community and possibly make new friends.
Super awesome, fun community. You guys have been
Really,
great
the
in
Discord's
the
awesome.
chat. Thank you. That really helps make the show fun when you guys get into it and we're all having fun. And Gemmalings are just awesome. Like they're
They
just,
are.
I know, it's like you got something special, Jemma, and thank you for allowing us to be a part of this. This has been so fun and such an honor for us. Like, thank you.
Thank you.
Matt, I'm sorry, man. I feel like we just talking over you this whole time. Did you have anything you wanted to close out with?
Yeah, I wanted to say. So the cards, dude, we got to do it
I'm
before.
telling you, that's like the best thing of a swag pack. That's the best thing
I know.
anybody could ever get. Like people
I know,
talk about
that's what I'm
comics and
saying.
stuff, but who doesn't want our business cards in metal print
Exactly.
as a swag pack?
That's
You
what
can
I'm
just send
trying to
those by
tell you.
themselves. I think
And
it's the
you
best
know
idea
what?
that's ever happened.
You know, okay, we got to order them before the boss says no.
You're right. You are right.
No.